This is a problem. The way I set this up is for me to use my right hand, but I'm left-handed. So I think I'm gonna have to adjust the whole setup. So let's just put a quick cut here, and we're gonna change angles and what's up, guys? So today we'll be building the actual system, or maybe it's actually tonight because it's around 12 a.m. and I'm gonna try to finish assembling all of the pieces together. So I've got the other camera set up here. This is gonna be like my camera that we can move around easily. So we got the setup over here, and then we got all of the materials on the floor. So what we're gonna try to do by the end of the night is have all of the pieces prepared and attach all of the wood and the tank together so that we can start preparing the system and cycling it so we can get the fish hopefully by next week. So let's just dive right into it. So first, we have these pieces of wood. Now, I measured it out. I got the right measurements that I need for the aquaponics system. And basically, I just have to have the grow bed. I have to have the grow bed around 2 inches above the edge of the tank. Now I'm gonna get that and I'll show you. So, got the other camera set up here. I'll be showing a close-up of that on the other perspective. So basically, we just need the water to be 2 inches below the edge. So it's around this curve. And then after that, the grow bed, the bottom of the grow bed, where the water will come out, it only has to be 2 inches above the edge of this. So basically, this is around, let's get a measuring tape. Boom, this is 10 inches. So the other one is, so 9 inches. So this one is, this piece is 9 inches and this is 10 inches. So that's basically 19 inches. And then adding them together with the 2 inches, that's gonna be around 21 inches. So we can just cut the wood up to 2 feet high. So if we need to attach anything like the grow lights, that would be easy. We're gonna have like actual like a place where to put the attachments, since I'm thinking of getting grow lights that are just clip on. So having an additional space on the piece of wood makes it easier to have that. And if ever we need to raise the hose a bit, having an extra allowance on the piece of wood makes it easier to do that. So let's start by cutting this piece of wood into, actually not this piece of wood, this is the right size. We're gonna cut this one, the bigger one. This is 3 feet and it has to be the same measurement as the other piece of wood. So let's measure that right now. See how long it is. Yeah, so this is around 25 inches. So that's more than 2 feet. But I feel like when I tested it on the tank earlier, I feel like this is the right size for that, since I need that extra allowance for the, you know, for attaching things. So yeah, let's just mark this piece of wood and the other one so we can start cutting it. Clear on that side. Sorry, I'm just checking if the other one actually has focused camera. That was one of the problems last time. So we got our saw, and what else do we need? This pencil. Just gonna use this regular pencil to mark where the 25-inch mark is. So we got that marked over here. We're gonna get the other piece. It's good to have everything prepared before you start working, so at least when you start working, it's gonna be continuous work. So there, you got the 25-inch mark. Now we can start cutting this piece of wood. So here are the things that we'll be using for this part of the project. So we have the pieces of wood that we cut last week, and then we're gonna adjust these two pieces of wood to be the same size as this. This is around, I'll give a measurement of that later on. That's around 2 feet. And then we have the tanks that we separated into two. This part's gonna be the grow bed, and this is the tank for the fish. And then these are the equipments that I'll be using. I got a drill with me so I can drill the holes into the tank and then into the pieces of wood. I also got some nuts and bolts at the back, which I'll be using to attach these pieces together. And then we got some drill bits over here. I got pliers and a wrench that I'll be using to tighten the nuts and bolts. And then I still have my trusty old saw that I'll be using to cut these pieces of wood into the same size. So that's basically it. So I just finished cutting the pieces of wood together, and I just need to now measure where we're gonna place the pieces of wood. So I'm gonna place it in a triangle around this tank, and then we need to mark where we're gonna drill into this, as well as where we're gonna drill into the piece of wood so that they're matching. And when we put the drill bits into this, it's not gonna be misaligned. So I think that should be easy. I'm just gonna, since there's a 2-inch gap between this, between the edge and the water, I'll be using that space for the drilled part where we're gonna attach the wood. So let's just start right now. So I got these nuts and bolts from a local hardware shop. Here I got some washers too. So I'm not sure if the size of these are just, they're not that big, as you can see. And I got these 2 pieces of washers that I'll be attaching. So I just measured it out when I got it, and I feel like it's enough. Just looking at it, you can just tighten this up, and then that will be good for the tank. Sorry for the low energy explanation. I'm kind of tired. It's 12 a.m. but you gotta finish this. Alright, I just discovered something. So the people at the hardware store misled me. This is actually not 1.5 by 2 inches. It's actually 1.5 by 1 inch. So just want to get that clear. So this is still a pretty good thickness. I would still recommend getting something thinner than this. So if you're gonna get something for this build, I suggest this would be the thickest one, so 1.5 by 1 inch, and you could go 1 by 1 ever, or if ever, and that should still be good. Or yeah, I think this is the right size. So I'm just gonna measure out the center and then we can start drilling into it. Yeah, so 1/4 of an inch of that's what I'm gonna be using for the drill bit, for the hole that I'll be punching through this piece of wood, as well as the tank. So I'm gonna attach that to the drill right now. We got all pieces drilled there. So now we're ready to here, let's put them side by side, and they're pretty accurate. I think even with the tiny inaccuracy, they're all still within the 2-inch safe zone. And now we're gonna drill into the plastic. Actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna cut the video here. It's 1 a.m. and I think I can finish this tomorrow or by this week. But tired, so let's end the video here, and Well, let's end the video for tonight here, because tomorrow we're gonna continue this. We're gonna continue and attach the drill bed to the rest of the system. So that's it for tonight, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.